breaking news that I want to share with our viewers. Now, after Colombia, Cuba's president denounces strikes on Venezuela as a criminal attack by the U.S. Cuba's President Miguel Díaz-Canel Bermudez has said in a social media post that his country denounces the criminal attack by the U.S. on Venezuela while calling for urgent condemnation from the international community for what he describes as state terrorism against the brave Venezuelan people and against our America. Now, Andrew, how do you see the statement? This is, of course, what we've been discussing for a while now, and this is a strong statement coming in. What would you like to say on it?
Well, of course, as I mentioned earlier, of course, the Venezuela's neighbors are extremely worried because that's Trump's Western Hemisphere ambition. The mono doctrine writ large, exerting or re-exerting Americans' influence and domination throughout the Western Hemisphere. And of course, if that's what Trump can do to Venezuela, he can also do the same with other countries, and that's why with these statements. But I think that at the end of the day, because of the international outrage, it's a flagrant violation of the United Nations Charter. I think the United Nations may well call for a Security Council meeting to stabilize the situation. But I think, as we all know, the decision making in the Security Council has been one-sided because it's controlled by the 5 permanent members of the Standing Committee of Security Council, and even one single veto would derail any kind of decision. So there's going to be a lot of talk, but it's not going to end up with any kind of coercive countermeasures. At the end of the day, if there is an air raid of Venezuela, I think that both China and Russia are likely to supply Venezuela with highly lethal defensive weapons like missiles, anti-aircraft missiles. And at the end of the day, the whole Venezuela people are rallying behind their leader in spite of a number of failings. But I think that most people in Venezuela want to defend the sovereignty of the nations. And at the end of the day, the more the United States does this, regardless of international rules, regardless of the other countries' interests and sovereignty, the more it would lose its legitimacy. The more the whole world would find ways to counteract against the United States. And that's not good for the United States economy. It's not good for the American people. But at the end of the day, that Trump's now control all the levers of power in American politics. He controls the Supreme Court. He controls the House Representative and the Senate. And then, of course, he has now gutted the entire American administration, making sure that only those loyal to him could stay on the job. So I think that he still thinks he can do whatever he wants.